Good evening. I declare this day to be a day of great tidings. Declare this day to be a day of good news. Glad tidings is the right expression. Why not turn with me to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and we'll read from verse 10. Just want to give you something that will leave you feeling good about yourself tonight. You know, sometimes you just have to feel good about yourself. You just have to feel good about who you are. You just have to feel good about the day. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever been in a position whereby you just have encountered prophets of day and gloom, because I have. I've been in a position whereby the day just begins by having to think, oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from this snare, you know, type of a situation. But I want you to know tonight that, you know, it can't be that bad. Life is meant to be joy. We are meant to have fun here on earth. God has not put us here to be miserable. He has put us here to enjoy life. And it is your portion tonight that you may have life and have it more abundantly. But there is one thing that I just want to speak to your soul tonight. You know, sometimes you come across certain individuals that will just speak into your spirit, and therefore it is my desire tonight to speak right into your heart. And the only thing that I want to say in your heart and in your life tonight is that it is well with you. I don't know what people have been saying to you, and you probably have been receiving the negative report. But my friend, I want you to know that for a change, I'm here to tell you, I, Jimmy James, decided to speak to you and tell you tonight that it is well with you. Forget about what they've said to you, but I want you to know that it is well with you. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 10 says, "Say to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings." What a statement tonight. What a joy and a pleasure to hear of such glad tidings. But I want you to know tonight that it is well. Hear it from me, and I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart, and I want you to know that it is well with you. It is well with your affairs. It is well with everything that is concerning you. Therefore, no matter the circumstances that are surrounding you, my dear fellows, I just want to speak to you so that you hear a good report about you. And God is not a God that will always send us prophets of doom and gloom. Each time somebody comes into your home, take notice, monitor the situation, where monitor the people that always, if should they come to your house, they always come with bad news. But I want you to know that it is well and truly meant for you to hear good news in life. It's not your portion that you should hear all this sad and agonizing news all the time. But the writer says, "Say to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings." Keep doing righteousness, because if you're doing all that is righteous, believe you me, you will eat the fruit of your doings. The prophets of doom and gloom will always receive doom and gloom as well. Because when Peter attempted to cut the ear of one of the soldiers that had come to lay Christ turned around and said to him, "Put thy sword back into thy scabbard, because he that lives by the sword shall die by the sword." And same thing applies to people that are bearers of bad news. If you're going around bearing bad news, you'll always hear bad news, because it is part of you, it is in your makeup. You like to hear bad news. But what I want you to know tonight is that it is well with you. If you will, turn with me to the book of 2 Kings chapter 4. And I want us to have a look at a situation that was challenging, as it were, and it was not pleasant to be part of it in any way, but it is possible that it can be well with you no matter the situation. So tonight I want you to receive it clearly and know for a fact that anything concerning you tonight is well. Bring up to you tonight the story of the Shunammite woman. When the Shunammite woman received Elisha into her house, she expected well. She expected good news. But suddenly the son that she had conceived in the process had died. And when she died, she remembered that the servant of the Lord could come and minister to her glad tidings. So I don't know what tidings you've received in your life, but believe you me tonight, it can be well with you as well. If it can be well with your neighbor, I don't see why it shouldn't be well with you. Therefore, let me minister to you tonight and minister grace. And all I want to say is that it is well with you. It is well with everything that concerns you. When you just heard a negative report, please bear with me and let it be in your mind, let it be in your doing. Know it for a fact that I think it is about time that you hear good news in your life as well. Sometimes, I read a book a couple of years, more than 10 years ago by Anthony Robbins, and he said, the problems that you are facing now, in the future, when you get to hear about them, you will look at them and laugh. Now, tonight, I want you to know that laugh through the situation that you are at, because someday, somewhere along the line, your time of blessing will come and you will be blessed mightily. So tonight, I'd like for you to know that your time for laughing has come. You've cried so many tears, you've prayed so many prayers, and you've anticipated so much response, but I want you to know that your time for laughing has come. You will laugh through difficulties, whatever the challenges are, but your time for laughing has come. Therefore, be of good cheer. The Bible says in the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 33, our dear Lord says, in this world you shall have tribulations, but I am come that you might have peace and have it more abundantly. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Now, as we go on with this chapter, we will pick it up, if you will, from verse 22. 2 Kings chapter 4 and verse 22. And she called unto her husband and said, send me, I pray thee, one of the young men and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of God and come again. If you go out, you will come again. This woman was so adamant, and she's such an inspiration. She says, get me one of the young men to put me in a donkey, that when I ride on it, I may go and come again. And she wanted to come back to her son, who was no longer breathing, who had no life no longer. But tonight, my friends, if the situation around you was dead, if and when that which you looked at